So it is 3 o'clock in the morning. I have not been asleep. I need to get up in about 3 to 4 hours to get dressed because we're going to church. We're going to see my aunt preach. And I'm wide awoke. And this is why. Girl, what's that? What is that? It's getting on this. And this is why I don't like telling people I'm going to go somewhere. Because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm getting picked up. And I got to be ready. And I got 5 kids to get ready by myself. See, for the people that don't know, I'm a stay-at-home mom of 5. And my husband is a truck driver. So, you know, while he's working, it just be me and the kids. Now, I got all the stuff laid out already. I got my clothes laid out. I got the kids' clothes laid out. Everything is laid out. But girl, I don't want to be in them people's church tomorrow nodding, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be nodding or nothing in these people's church. So we're going to see how this goes. I'll see y'all whenever I wake up. Okay, so here's the honest God truth. I don't like going to church no more. And it's not because I don't believe. Because, baby, I'm real big on big God. You see what I'm saying? I'm real big on leaning on faith. And I'm a 100% tithe payer, baby. Every jury order that come in, I pay my tithes on it. Whenever I get a DoorDash order, I usually do pay my tithes on it because it's a form of work. But now that I say that out loud, the last time I DoorDash, I did not pay my tithes. I forgot. So I'm about to go pay my tithes off of that because I clearly forgot. But I'm about to do it, though, and that's all that matters. Ain't God good? Ain't you glad that even though we forget and we be like, oh, I did it, and then we can go do it, and then he be like, I got you. I already knew you was going to do it. So shout out to him. But, yeah, I don't like going to church no more. Now, I used to go to church all the time. 25/8. You know, so 24 hours in a day and 7 days a week. But it felt like 25/8. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went to church every day. I feel like every day it was somebody's anniversary, choir anniversary, holy convocation, revival. And we was in there from 9 o'clock prayer till whenever the Holy Spirit stopped moving. And honestly, I had a good time at my church. I don't know about other people's church, but I had fun. They used to let the kids go to bed. We used to watch movies. We used to play games, go outside and play. We had food. And not no hot dog and hamburger either, baby. We had fried chicken. We had pork chop, collard greens, yams, macaroni and cheese. And don't get me started on the juice, okay? On their juice that they made. Not that you find in the store. But what I'm saying is we really ate food. Like, we really ate, like, you know, meatloaf, stuff like that. Like, there was really in there cooking. Really, real stoves in there. Real dessert. Chocolate cake or banana pudding. And if it was extra, do you want some more? Like, that's where I grew up. We was in church all the time. You know how people be like, y'all don't know nothing about this, and they start singing old school songs. I know them. Because I was there. I was there all the time. I was there whenever the older people was there. Rest in peace to the ones that's not. But I was there whenever the old people was there. I was there whenever the younger people started growing up. And we're like, dang, we're really the grown-ups now, huh? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we did retreats. We did everything. And not retreats where you go down the street. We went like to Florida. We went to the mountains. We went everywhere. Like, I know. But I know it's like, girl, it's church. You supposed to be, you know. But can I just say, if we had a church battle, my church probably would have beat your church. Only for the simple fact that not only did we learn, we had fun. So it's a lot of stuff I remember because of the fun that we had afterwards. So whenever you say a Bible story, I probably remember it because I learned it at the retreat in Florida. Or because I learned it whenever we was in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did a whole bunch of stuff. And y'all, I had this aunt, she was our teacher. And every time she pulled out that pink cowgirl hat, baby, I knew we was about to have some fun, okay? Whenever she'll say, my girls, because women have women and then the men had men, right? So when she said my girls, and you seen that pink cowgirl hat, come on, baby, fun, all right? So I used to love church. I used to love church. And even though, now they still cook, okay? Baby, they throw down still. But even though we don't really do the retreats, no, it's not really. Even though they don't do the retreats, and even though they don't do summer camp no more, like, I had a wonderful childhood in church. And my good outweighed the bad. So I used to love church, which is why I still visit my home church. I'm a 100% tithe payer there. And I pray God bless me so much that even if I found another church home with my family now, like, if we find another church home, I pray God bless me where I can pay tithes there, but still pay tithes at my home church. Because even though you never asked for that money back, or you never asked for that time back, you really just wanted us to get close to God. That's your whole mission, that we have a relationship with God. They didn't just help me with a relationship with God. They helped me in life. I know what fun is. Sometimes I talk to people that's my age and they didn't do nothing. Like nothing. And they still don't do nothing because they don't know what to do, you know? So it's like, girl. So I used to love church. But whenever I started having kids, I stopped liking church. I'm a mom. I breastfeed. All them kids got breastfed. Kiana really didn't get breastfed like that because she's my first and I didn't know what I was doing, and I really didn't have a good teacher at the time. So she got bottle fed whenever we was in church. So it was okay. Whenever Keon was born, COVID was here, so we didn't go to church. Church was basically on, YouTube Live or whatever. Whenever Mari got here, everything was back open. I'm breastfeeding Mari. And this is whenever I realized, baby, this is not the same for me. I don't know about y'all, but whenever my kids eat, even whenever they breastfeeding, or even though it seems like I've been breastfeeding for a long time, I kind of feel like in the next 30 minutes, they're ready to breastfeed again. Now, before you comment and be like, well, that's because they're probably hungry. They probably need solid foods. I didn't give my baby solid foods at 2 months. Okay, 3, but I didn't do it at 2 months. And before y'all come on here and be like, oh, that's too early, the doctor approved. Everything that I do, I talk to my doctor about it. Mari is fine. Mari is 2 and growing great. Colors, ABCs, he know his name, he know how old he is. We working on, oh Lord, hit me with the potty training. We working on the potty training, and he's very smart, okay? But even though he was eating, he still was thirsty. And breastfeeding is just not feeding. It's a comfort for them, you know what I'm saying? Like how some babies like passies. Mari didn't have a passy. Mari had these. Ta-da! So whenever I was in church, they told me I could go in a room and I can breastfeed in a room. The room was no problem. My only problem was I kind of felt weird. Like I was like, am I in a way? What happened if the what happened if the dancers got to come in here and change clothes? Or what happened if somebody got to come in here and get something? I don't want to be in the way. And then whenever that room was occupied, they put me in another room. But in that room, it had a refrigerator in here, which means like if the pastor needed something to drink, they had to come in there and get something to drink. And I just felt like I don't want to be in here. I just felt like I was in the way. You know what I'm saying? Like that room wasn't the kitchen. It was just a room, and it had an extra refrigerator in there, snack. Just something like quick where, okay, let me run in here and go get it real quick. So I always felt like I was in a way. I always felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. And nobody made me feel like that. Everybody was always like, oh, you're fine. Just go in here. Just don't do this or just don't do that. And everybody was cool with it. They was like, oh, you breastfeed? Okay, come this way. You can come do that over here. And you want to know what I love? Nobody told me to go to the bathroom and breastfeed. Nobody. Breastfeeding in the bathroom, unless I'm in there with my other kids and the baby hollering, then I might do it then. But telling me to go to the bathroom and feed my baby, to me, is equal to you telling me to go eat my plate in the bathroom. The quickest way for you to see another side of me that you don't want to see. Because why are you telling me to go feed my child in the bathroom? That's nasty. That's where people pee-pee and poo-poo. So no. But nobody never told me to go to the bathroom and breastfeed. Nobody even offered it. Everybody always offered me a room. You know what I'm saying? And I even offered to go in my car. Like, I can go to the car. I can go to the car. I can breastfeed. No, that's too far of a walk. You can go right here. I think it's just my mind, you know? Like, I don't like it. Because in my head, I was like, is something going missing in here? And I'm the last one in here. Guess who they gonna blame it on? Which this never happened. But I'm just telling you what's in my mind. You know what I mean? So for me, I didn't like that. Now, of course, there was some problems that did happen. It didn't really have nothing to do with me. But it was some stuff that happened, and I was just like, this is why I don't want to go in the room. Like, this is why I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no big problem or anything. It was something minor. But still, it was just the fact that I had to be like, it wasn't me. I didn't do that. I don't want to do that. So, I don't like going to church no more. Because whenever it come down to breastfeeding, I don't want to be in the way. I don't want somebody else to be doing something they ain't got no business doing, but y'all seen me go in there or the last one go in there. And of course you're going to ask, and nobody never said nothing rude or out the way to me, okay? Nobody never did anything to make me feel bad. It's just that sometimes I can feel your energy. Sometimes I can see your face. Sometimes I can see your eyes. And even though I never asked for this gift, I thank God for it, I can truly feel like what you want to say, but you're not saying it. And a lot of that didn't have nothing to do with me. I feel like, you know, because, you know, stuff go on behind the scenes and you don't know what's going on up front. So whenever I came out, it was like, excuse me, can I use that room again to breastfeed? I don't know what just happened. But you know how you can tell somebody trying to be like, oh, yeah, sure, yeah, come on. But the man over there, I can feel that. So I always felt like y'all had this going on and now I interrupted. You know what I'm saying? So I just rather be at the house and watch church online and breastfeed freely. Now, let's fast forward to the twins. 2 babies. Twins me too. I got a boy and a girl, if you don't know. That's them behind the camera. That's why you can hear them talking. Now I breastfeed 2 babies. Now, 1 baby was fine. Because even if somebody did have to come in the room, I had, you know, 1. Baby, 2. I'm like this. I'm like this. In the rooms in the church now. And shout out to my support system. Sometimes they be at the door. Sometimes they come in there and help. But it's the fact that now I know I'm interrupting you. You know what I'm saying? And whenever I'm in church with all 5 of my kids, sometimes I feel like I can't concentrate on what's going on because I got my eyes open. Somebody got to go to the bathroom. Somebody got to do this. I smell a diaper. I got to go change. I got to, so my concentration really, I can't tell you what we talked about. I can't tell you what the message was about. I can't tell you where the scripture came from because I'm there with my kids. So for me to have to bother you, to either ask you to watch my other 3 kids or to ask you to go stand at the door, it's tough because I'm in the way. I do not like being in the way. That's something that I have to learn. I'm really learning, getting help whenever I need it. But I don't like being in the way at all. Oh, we're going to keep that in there just so y'all can see. This mom stuff is real. And being a mom and trying to make content for YouTube, baby, let me tell you something. It ain't for the weak, but we do it. All right, sometimes you hear them in the background. Sometimes they be moving your ring light, but we do it. But you see how I'm not in the way? I'm doing my own video. This my ring light. I'm not in the way. But with somebody coming to help me, and you could have really been in the spirit, or that could have really been touching your heart, and then here I come. Excuse me. I'd have to go breastfeed again. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to be at the house, baby. And the fact that I'm breastfeeding 2, even if 1 is done, the other one still might be drinking. So I still have to wait, which means you still got to stand there even longer. Are y'all understanding my pain here? And of course, I love going to church. I told y'all all the fun we had whenever we was a child and stuff. But whenever I grew up, I realized, hey, I really need God, you know? I really need him. Now I see why we was in church 25 hours, 8 days a week. Because we need him. It's crazy out here. It's wild. So we really do need God. You know what I'm saying? Why are you crawling under the ring light? I done moved the ring light more than 1 time. Let's go. Let's put it back over. Leave it alone. Let's see. Now I gotta get back in the mirror. Look, I messed up the little thing. Hold on, let me move the babies. Let's try to move the babies. So, like I said, yeah, we need God or whatever. And so, whenever you go to church, you know, that's basically like your food. You're filling yourself back up again, so it can help you throughout the week. And then Wednesday night, you fill up again. Hey, you're too loud. Shh. Then you fill back up again Wednesday night, and then joy night service, you fill back up again. So you know what I'm saying? So it helps you. Because by the time you leave church Sunday, somebody probably already on the road done pissed you off and you done forgot about what the pastor said. So I really do love like going to church to learn, to relearn, because you can never get enough. Me personally feel like you're going to always be a student. No matter how much you know, you can know more. It's so much information out there. It's so many questions that I have now that I'm an adult that I know church can help with. So trying to up my game spiritually, but being a mom of 5, being a business owner, and taking YouTube serious, it ain't for the weak. Whenever you take YouTube serious, you're recording. Like, you're recording what you're doing. You're recording the kids. Or you're just, if you didn't get a chance to record, you're talking about your experience. You know what I'm saying? And it's not for the weak. Especially whenever you're breastfeeding. Because whenever your children is bottle fed, you can get them the bottle. Because the babies can hold a sippy cup for juice and water. So you can get them the bottle. They can drink their milk. They can go lay down. They can do whatever they're doing. But whenever you're breastfeeding, you got to stop. You got to cut that stuff out. And then you got to go breastfeed. Now, granted, I do record breastfeeding. But whenever you trying to, I guess, make a stand-up video, or if you still want the light to look like this or whatever, you gotta stop. And sometimes I don't get a chance to record while I'm breastfeeding because the babies be pulling, they be doing extra stuff. And sometimes I just use that time to connect with them and not record. So trying to up my game spiritually, be physically tired, being mentally tired, because a girl is, all right? Like, I got some stuff going on that I can't wait to share. Like, this is what I've been through. Thank God he got me through it. I can't wait to tell y'all this. But mentally, I'm tired. And one thing I learned after having kids is once you start having a whole bunch of kids, your mental, it never go back. Like, it's a whole new thing. You got to learn it all over again. You got to teach it all over again. Like, hey, we don't think like that. We ain't even going to do that. So being mentally drained, physically drained, and you're just trying to hear from the preacher. But as you can hear, you got the twins over here cutting up, crying because they want to be breastfed or because they want to be held or because they just, you know, want to get down and play and stuff and just be all over the place, and you can't do that in church. And then you got the other 3 kids. Baby, it just makes me more frustrated than I already was probably before I got there. And let's not even talk about getting dressed for church. Regardless if all the clothes is out, regardless if we did hair last night, it seemed like that day something always happened to slow us down and make us either late or just mess up the whole game plan. And so now I'm frustrated before I get there. Now I'm even more frustrated because I really want to hear what the pastor got to say. I really want to hear what she got to say, but I got to do all this other stuff. And now here go my mental, like, there you go messing with these people again because you got to breastfeed. And now you got to breastfeed again. And now you got to step out of church because now you got to change. And now you got to step out of church again because they're breastfed babies. And because they're breastfed babies, they done went and pooped. And now you got to go do it again. And now because both of them pooped, you got to go ask your support system to come by and help you. And even though they really might not mind, I don't think my support system mind. I think they like, girl, duh, we see you. We know you need help. It's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's me. I just want to figure out how to do it by myself. So that way you can stay in the word. That way you can stay in the spirit. Because maybe that word was for you. And now here I come asking for help. So trying to grow spiritually and really make it, like really be financially freedom. Because that's my goal, to be financially free. My goal is to retire my mom. Like, come on, let's go to the Bahamas. And let the people know that you're going to be gone for about, you know, let your friends and family know you're going to be gone for about 2 weeks because we just going to go. Like, come on, let's get my little sister here. Let's roll. Tell them, put your college work online because we're going to the Bahamas, all right? And like, You know what I mean? Like, I want to do stuff like that and have my husband and my children come and my husband doing his business. But I know for a fact I can have it. So that's why I work so hard at this. That's why I go so hard in my jewelry business. And I also know I can have it and I can have the best relationship with God. Because me personally feel like if you have a relationship with God, you know he don't want you to struggle. You know he don't want you to be poor. You know he don't want you to be like, you know, be begging and asking and stuff. You're supposed to be the lender and not the borrower. And here, you know, life is, and sometimes you're the borrower. So you try to go to church because you see this dream in your head. And it had to be God sent because you're the only one that can see it. You know what I'm saying? You're dreaming about it. You're visioning about it. You can see yourself. You know what I mean? People is actually ministering to you, telling you that you're different, which this has happened to me more than one time. Telling me that I'm different. It's something special about me. I done had complete strangers come up to me in Walmart and be like, yeah, God got something great going to happen to you for your life. And I'm like, yes, I receive it. And so I want to go to church because life can make you be like, them people don't know what they was talking about. They probably picked up the wrong Stephanie. They don't know. So I try to go to church because I feel like whenever I go to church, it fills me back up again. Like, oh yeah, remember God brought this complete stranger to you in all green because he know how you is. He know your favorite color green. He already know you about to be like, okay, you looking good in my favorite color. You know what I'm saying? He already know you gonna do that. He already know you gonna be extra. They gonna say thank you and all this other stuff. And then after that, they're gonna tell you like, God got something special planned for you. Don't give up. Keep going. And then you're gonna receive it. And then life start happening. And it's like, ooh, wrong person. You okay? Hold on, y'all. See what I'm saying? You see how I'm trying to make a video? This how it be in church too. You know? Like everything be good for 1 minute and then everything just go wrong. But here I am trying to up my spiritual game. Because I know what I want in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching people out here make money off these YouTube videos. I'm watching people business go super high, skyrocket, taking care of their family, even helping out with some friends, taking care of themselves, like, and then getting deals on top of deals on top of deals, and they just doing awesome. And they be thanking God and praising God, and I'm like, yes, because I know if you can do it for them, you can do it for me. So thank God for them as well. Thank God for blessing them. And it's like I really want to up my spiritual game so I can get better at that. But it's hard. It's hard whenever you're tired, you know? And I remember people used to be like, people don't go to church no more because the church hurt, but they still go to the club. Yeah, because in the club I can knock you silly. In the church, I'm not supposed to be able to knock you silly in the church. It's a respect. It's God's house. I'm not supposed to be able to do that. The club ain't God's house. I can knock you inside your head with a bottle. Problem solved. Can't do that in church. I came to church very vulnerable. I came to church with my heart very open. And then here come people. Well, I grew up in church, so people don't really bother me. But for other people, it might. Y'all see this? You see what I'm saying? You hear the background? You see what's going on? This is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't like going to church. Now, my YouTube video is fine, because you already know I got 5 kids, and this is what I do, and I'm showing you real life. And shout out to the moms that want to make content but can't figure it out because they got a lot of kids, too. I'm showing you just to do it. But baby, in church, a place where you're supposed to be quiet and praising God, it's so frustrating to me. I guess it's guilt in a way. Like, it's church guilt, I'm guessing. Or, I don't know. Mom guilt. Me guilt. I just feel guilty. So, I prefer not to go altogether. This right here is coming up. I'm cool. I know you love to hear this person preach. I see it online. If I don't see it online, oh well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's alright. I'd rather not go. And for the people that's like, what's different from breastfeeding in church and versus breastfeeding like in public? In public, I don't got a problem with lifting up my shirt or pulling down my dress. I don't have a problem with doing that. I don't want to do that in church because to me, I feel like it's, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's more of a respect thing. You know, you don't go to church in a halter top and booty shorts. You dress nice whenever you go to church. But in Food Lion, I don't have a problem with lifting up my shirt a little bit just so the baby can get and eat. But in church, I don't want to do that. You know, I just feel like it's just a different place. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And if you know the word I'm trying to use but can't think of, put it in the comments. So right now, even though sometimes I feel guilty, I still visit churches. I just went to go see my aunt preach the other day. And honestly, that won't too bad, because a lot of my aunts was there and a lot of my cousins was there. So even whenever the baby started acting up, it was like, I got it, bring them over here, so it was cool. But I still visit churches. I still pay my tithes. I still look at church online. I still watch the lives. I still pray. I have a prayer alarm set on my phone. I pray whenever I wake up. I pray whenever the alarm go off. I pray at night. So I'm still getting in tune with the Lord. But as far as me going to church every single Sunday, I'm not there yet. But thank you for watching this video. Let me know if you relate. Let me know if you got another option, you know. Like, why don't you try this so that way you can go to church more? Why don't you do this? And I would definitely give it a try, and I would tell you how it go. Love y'all. See y'all next. That's a half a heart because my hand. There we go. Okay. Love y'all. See y'all next video.